I'm now going to walk through a fairly simple cone example by building this umbrella using the equal stress field method. And as you can see here, that will result in an umbrella, a cone, that has radio cables running from the bail ring out to each corner of the structure. So first let me go ahead and do a zoom extent, and I'll show you what I'm starting with right here. So I've already gone ahead and created the basic framework of my structure using work lines and arc elements. And I've also, as you're always supposed to do with every model, first thing I've done is come into setup, and I've set my units, and I've also read in all of the library files that I want NDN to be pulling from for this example. So I've got that basic information set. I can hit OK. Now the first thing I'll do, since I already have my framework built, let me just show you quickly the rough size we're working with. So if I come up and click on the distance button, then click out a couple nodes, you can see we're working with a 6 meter by 6 meter square cone, and the total height from the ground to the top of the cone is going to be 4.3 meters. Now that is from the ground, that's not actually the cone. So you can see here, here's a better look at the structure of what our cone is going to be. And then for my arc elements, all I did was simply insert a node at the centroid between these two nodes, and then I moved it in 1/10 of a meter, and I moved it up 1/10 of a meter to give me my starting arc for all 4 edges. So that's my starting point. Let's now go ahead and replace all of my work line elements and make them the appropriate elements that they're going to be. So first, I simply need to come over. I'm in the model environment, and I can come over to type, and I can now assign these work lines to be the correct type of elements. So for most of this, I want most of these to be beam elements, but I do want these 4 support arms to be struts, because struts pick up tension and compression but don't carry any bending moment. And that's exactly what's going to happen with these support arms. There'll probably be pin connections at both ends, so they will pick up tension and compression but no bending moment. So let's do those first. So I'm just going to click on the strut, and I'll assign that individually, for example. Click on all 4 of my struts. Right click, okay, those are now struts. Struts are bright red. Right click, come back into type. Now let's come down, I want to go beams. Again, I'll do individual, and I'll grab my little standoffs first, so I don't forget those. Those are little, I could possibly overlook those. Right click, okay, those have become brown. Perfect, those are beams. Go back into type again. Now I just need to do my main arms and my center post. So I will go beams. I'll go by string this time, and I will grab my center post, clicking on the first work line element, the last work line element. All the rest get highlighted. Right click. Okay, that is now a string of beam elements. And then last time here, let's go beams by string, grab this set, and then grab this set, right click, and we're good to go. All of my work lines have been replaced with the appropriate beam elements, and the arcs, for example, I'm going to leave those there until we generate our cone, because I will get a string of cable elements that lays down on top of those arc elements. So after I get that, I can then erase my arc elements. And then also you might notice I haven't put any work into my bail ring up here, and that's because when we go in to generate our cone, NDN will do all that work for me when I just tell it the basic information to put there. So we'll do that as we generate our cone. We've got our basic setup all ready to go, so we can now jump over and generate the cone.